Okay, guys, we will get started here in just a few minutes. Just getting my the YouTube stream set up here. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel at insiderealestate.info. I'm talking over myself. Insiderealestate.info. Insiderealestate.info slash YouTube. We'll take you straight to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're doing more and more of these streams, and as we upload our recordings and things of that nature to the channel, YouTube will let you know. And as you guys may know, YouTube is the new TV. Who watches TV anymore? Everything's on YouTube, right? That's where the kids are at there in TikTok, and we want to be there too. So we'll get started in just a minute or two. I'll hit the record button for next level members. And Lisa, I don't know if you want to drop the YouTube link maybe, or I can do it in the Facebook group.
I just did.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And just a reminder to everybody, we do have a Facebook group at insiderealestate.com/Facebook group. There is lots of fun stuff going on there, including notifications about upcoming trainings like this one and all kinds of other stuff. Lots of good conversation in there too, about all sorts of things. And one of the main benefits, of course, participating and kind of, even if you're lingering and you don't create content in groups like this, is you get to see what other people are thinking about and doing, and you can get lots of inspiration. So insiderealestate.com/Facebook group. Okay, so just give us a second here and we'll get going at the top of the hour. Let everybody get on, all members get on. Just an update, been adding a few things here to Next Level for you Next Level members, insiderealestate.com/next level. Let's go to the growth system section. I added a doc yesterday, a PDF version of our methodology here in the growth system. And I'll drop the link to everybody. But basically, the more time goes by and the more I see the results of this, and in my own local market here and with other members, the more I'm convinced that this is the way to go if you have a mind toward doing it yourself, doing your own stuff. There are, of course, lots of ways to skin the cat.
Oh,
this document
cool.
right here, I will share to everybody watching live on the Zoom and in the comments on YouTube. I'll just drop those right there in the comments. Should be the first comment. And in the Zoom, I'll drop it right here. But as part of this, and I'm going to hit the record button here now. This plays into why we're doing this content today. I was kind of looking through what's in our growth system section here, and I realized that we were missing something from the lead generation trainings. So let's record this computer. We were missing from the lead generation trainings stuff about call capture codes, which is kind of one of the most awesome kvCORE features that we almost never talk about, or we talk about not often enough. Yeah. So, Annalisa, you ready to get going? We're going to dig in and talk about some call capture code strategies.
Yeah, call capture codes are amazing. I have a hard time picking my favorite tool. I love hashtags. I love call capture codes, I think, and they kind of work hand in hand really well together.
Yep, and they are also, as we talk about this methodology, the growth system methodology, they are a primary way to build out your lead capture points. Basically, the call capture code itself is a place where somebody engages and you get their contact info, specifically their cell number. So I think a good place to start, Annalisa has some stuff in the doc here toward the bottom about sort of the nuts and bolts of how to create these codes and how they work and stuff. But I'll just show you how one gets created really quickly, and then we'll go into the strategies, different ways you might use these. So awesome. The feature is found under Lead Engine. You go to Call Capture Codes under Lead Engine. And if I click Add New right here, it's pretty simple. I can put in a phrase like become an agent. Say we're doing it for recruiting. And then I can reply back and say, great, thanks for your interest. Are you already licensed? So basically, somebody texts this code to your smart number, and then they get a reply back. And you can reply back with a link, any number of things. You can set a hashtag, so recruiting maybe. And then you can choose which smart number, if you have multiple of your own, which are the numbers of the company. So basically, if somebody texts become an agent to this smart number, they're going to get this reply back. And they're as simple as that to build. You can build as many as you want, unlimited. And if anybody texts your code, the lead is yours no matter what. So,
yep. And, you know, if you create a code and you're using your company or team or office smart number, you own that code. It'll automatically go to you. So no one else can create a duplicate code after you've created the initial one.
Gotcha. Just Andy saying CNN in the background. Is there a glitch? Like, are we showing CNN somewhere? I don't know. I don't think
this just in, Ryan.
Yeah, I haven't been to CNN in a while. Yeah, I don't know. All right. So that's how you build a text code. Now, there are many, probably as many different ways to use these things and offers you can make with text codes. Unlimited. But here on the screen, you'll see some bullet points for where we might go first if we're trying to build out a kvCORE based growth system where we want to capture leads. And we have the different types of offers you can make. And then we're going to talk a little bit about where you can put these offers. And I am sure, Annalisa, that you're going to think of things that I don't have listed here and that the people listening are going to have comments and things. So feel free, everybody, to participate and just remind me of uses. I actually just did one myself, right? Recruiting.
Right.
So probably the first one is going to be specific property info. This is probably the way that in the real estate industry, the text codes have been used most frequently in the history of mankind. so
going back.
Yes, going way back into Cro-Magnon days. The cavemen had signs outside their caves, and it said text. Text.
It said chisel this code, this rune to this rune to get this information.
Yes, hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
So this would be where you basically are giving specific information about a specific property. I have one sitting here that I made back in the day. The custom code is 10113 Paradise. And you'll notice here that you can actually put the MLS ID in, and kvCORE will automatically reply back about info about the property. So very useful, definitely on your sign riders, your info tubes, the back of if you have an open house, in the back of the flyer, or on the front of the flyer, text here for this. Definitely a great way to collect a phone number in exchange for property info.
And it happens in seconds. It's like instantaneous. The second they text the code to the number, within 10 seconds, you'll have that lead on your dashboard, and that contact will receive the link. They'll, of course, be going directly to your website and have your contact number on it. So it's all a closed end, right? Going right back to you every time.
Yep. So very cool feature. Definitely you should have a text code for every listing that you have. This is also something that now that I think about it, don't forget, put this in your listing presentation. Right. If you want to differentiate yourself, definitely make sure that you mention to a seller that they'll be impressed. Some people will think this is voodoo magic. So you're going to build a text code for the property. You're going to put it, you're going to put it on the sign rider. So if people are walking by with their dogs as they clean up the dog poop in front of your mailbox, they're texting the code to learn about your house.
There you go.
Right. There you go. Now, next one, and this is probably our kind of favorite, as we build our growth systems here, we talk about next level, and we talk about the squeeze functionality with kvCORE, the fact that you can build squeeze links for specific types of property searches, lists of properties, and I'm putting parentheses, squeeze links.
Right.
So, go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, when I used to do a lot of the training on these, I'd say whenever you create one of these, and you're going to post it online or Craigslist or wherever, you can pepper in all sorts of calls to action. So it could be even at an open house. I've seen people have placards on beds or stands, or I hear, I just got off the phone with a gal in New York, and the open houses, people are waiting out the door to see an open house right now in New York and New Jersey. And I'm like, well, why don't you have little signs saying, a first-time home buyer, text this code to get this number to learn about first-time home buyer programs.
Yeah, just an amazing way, the specific property info to generate a buyer lead.
Yeah, that too. I'm just saying, there's so many ways you can create something here. It's crazy.
Yeah. So along the lines of a specific property deals link, I have this code, deals. And if you text it to this number, it basically does a response. And I don't know how big this is on people's screens. I'll try to make it bigger for a second.
There we go.
There we go. But it'll basically say, hi, and this is a format, kind of a template you can use for your response, is to say, hi, here's that thing that you just wanted. So here's that Pinellas Deals link. I give them the link. And then I ask a question to kind of carry the conversation further. So just curious, are you an investor or just looking for a good deal on a property to live in?
And is that a resource page, like a custom page then? It's your deals page, right?
Yeah, in this case, this is a little extra, guys. I went a little over and above. Of course, you could just put a link to a squeeze page. I'll probably use the shortened link. But basically, I have quick links to different things right here. And I actually have the wrong
URL up.
I did. I had the wrong URL there. I linked to a page with all these links instead of directly to the deals page. It's going to load up here.
Doodles.
Oops. There's my deals link with me acting goofy on camera, saying hello to them, and then they can click through all these different types of deals. But specifically, you could have offered any of these specific ones right here. So. And
we did a course on this too. I'll make sure to get that referenced in our notes when we recap it.
Yeah. But basically, there we go. That's the right URL. But basically, they text the code, and then you reply back, say, here's that list, and then try to ask a question. Okay, so that's going to be kind of the second major way, lists of properties. Next, we have our home value report. So if you're trying to generate seller leads, or more accurately, homeowners leads who might list with you someday, they're not ready to sell yet in a lot of cases. But if you're trying to generate those kind of leads, then you could do a home value report code. So I have one right here. Right? And if somebody texts home value report, you notice I don't do anything in this specific example. I just say, hi, thanks for requesting your value report. What's the address of your property? So the idea being that I'm going to collect the cell number, but the call capture feature makes it easy for you to get into a conversation, a back and forth. I know what a lot of people will do. You could do something like this. Thanks for requesting your value report. Please click here and enter your address. And you could take them over to the sell page on your site, right? So you could do it either way. You could take them to the tool that lets them go. I like this idea of just having the conversation. What's the address of the property? And then from there, organically, I can give them a link to go get the report, or I can just take the address and then send them maybe a -CMA or something. So that is one right there. Now, as I mentioned, this one occurs to me that it might be cool if you put this text code on a sign writer with this text code. So to find out the value, so to learn more about this property, text this code, right? And then to see what your house might sell for in today's market, text this code. You can double it up there.
Yep.
Another offer you can make, I put special financing, but this could be just kind of any financing offer, mortgage. So let's see if I have an example of one of those. I'm not sure I do. Yeah, I do. Of course I do. At some point on one of these webinars, we've done all these examples, Annalisa. Here we go. So this code, low down payment, right? And it says, great. Click here to get that info and start the mortgage pre-approval process now. And in this case, I took them over to my Cognito form that I have here.
Oh, nice. Your interactive form.
Yeah.
All right.
So I made a custom form where they can start the mortgage process.
And hello, we got some people on YouTube. Hey, Edwin. Hey, Darcy.
Like this. But you would use whatever you want for a financing offer. You would hook into something your lender partner has, whatever you want to do. But definitely a good way using these call capture codes to offer special financing info. I know in a lot of states there are programs where people can maybe get their down payment financed and things like that. So definitely leverage those. And these, in my experience, these pull really well because people want this information. They're going to save. Low down payment is just a buzzword for anybody thinking. Now, of course, you need to, you might have to wade through a lot of people who might not be qualified yet, but this is a great way if you're working the first time buyer niche to generate leads.
Please pop them into the old prospect, let them percolate, send them stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Set up the property alerts. Exactly. Invite them to some webinars. You're good to go. Next thing you can offer is content like free reports, recorded trainings, things like
market
that.
Reports, etc. Yeah.
So I might have, let's see, don't have one here. So let's make a fresh one. Let's say we did a report, first time investor. Hi, here's that free report about how to buy your first investment property. And you just link to it.
Yep. And that could be on your resource tab. It could be your Google Drive, anywhere you got a link.
You mean where the content lives, right?
Yeah. When they click, where are they going to go for it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely could be a custom page you build on kvCORE, as Annalisa says,
Mm-hmm.
or you could just directly link to a Google Drive. You could link to a YouTube video where they
Yeah.
watch content. And don't forget, as you do each of these, you can be setting hashtags. So first time investor report, and then you can trigger smart campaigns. So you can then send a series of texts. You can send a text tomorrow off of the smart cam says, "Hey, I just following up. What'd you think of the report?"
Right.
So you can build in that automation right there. How are we doing? Any questions so far? Good pace?
A couple of questions. The first one is from Mark, just asking, hey, when we use this number, is it assigned? Do we purchase the smart number add-on? The cool thing about the smart number is, depending on if you're part of a company, an office, a team, you will be using that smart number associated with that particular entity. So you might want to think of it as like a number that umbrellas over everyone within your office or everyone within your company or team. Now, from an agent perspective, you can quote unquote, hijack the number for your own use as an agent. When you create a custom text code yourself, leveraging the smart number, that code now belongs to you. So Ryan and I are on the same team. If I was to go in and try to use open houses or property tour videos, he owns those. The system is not going to allow me to create that additional code because we're on the same team operating off of the same smart number. So that's a good safeguard. Once you create one of these codes and tie it to information and that smart number, it's going to direct information to you. You can purchase your own smart number. Some folks do as they're growing teams, as they're growing their branding. It's a real personal business decision, but it's a really neat tool to use, whether you use the one that's provided or purchase the one that you can via the marketplace.
Yeah, let's talk quickly about why you would purchase your own. And one of the reasons is something that came up for me. If somebody, and something to watch out for, if somebody texts this open houses code, but they put a space between open and houses,
right?
That code isn't going to be recognized as tied to me unless I was diligent and I built it both ways, which you can do. It'll actually go in a rotation around the office. And the same thing will happen if somebody calls in the smart number. So if a lot of people ask, well, why would I get my own number? That's one of the bigger reasons. If you're heavily using this feature and you're advertising your number a lot, keep in mind that it'll go into the office pool, the office rotation, if it's not explicitly tied to you. So yeah, that's a good reason. And you can find that in the marketplace. You can purchase a smart number. Otherwise, if you don't want to make the investment, definitely keep that in mind for the purposes of this content today, that you may want to, on these codes that could easily be typed in as two separate words, you might want to build it 2 times. Another question here is there any way to see stats on each text code? I don't think so, but the best way for you to see which ones are working best would be to make sure you use the hashtag feature.
Yep, it would be using your filter in your smart CRM, then you can get an actual count.
Yeah, so generally though, because these are such good leads. I mean, you're getting a cell number in a conversation with somebody. So you could build a whole business around just 1 or 2 of these codes. If you just want to, if you're a phone type person and you like texting back and forth, this is a great channel. It kind of cuts right to the chase.
And Jack's asking, can we use Twilio for a smart number? That is the vendor that we use. You can talk with support. And, if you have a smart number you want to use, we may be able to bring that in for you, but you would want to chat with support or email support to say, here's what I have, here's what I'm looking to do, what's needed to set that up.
Yeah, but we don't have a way for you to kind of self-serve.
To bring it in yourself, yeah. No.
Cool. So continuing on, another idea I had this morning was coupons and discounts for partner businesses. Annalisa, I know this is a topic you like.
I love this because it's such a great way of reaching out to your community and getting both of your brands out there and better recognized with really low overhead, I would say.
So what this might look like, let's say text code to number to get 30% off your next, what's a business local? I'm drawing a totally blank. Your next Big Mac.
There you go.
That's a bad example. Your next haircut.
Your next pizza. Your next apps at the local bar. Whatever it is. Yeah.
That's Sammy's barbershop, right?
Yeah.
And then sponsored by right?
Yeah.
Brian Hartman. Forever. So you're doing a cool thing. Now, the more related you could make this code to real estate. So another example might be text code to number to get 30% off your next home inspection.
Oh.
Now we're getting somewhere with home inspector guy.
Yeah, and then you can partner. You can do that with all of your trusted business partners. If you got a trusted landscaper, pool maintenance inspector, what have you.
Yeah. So what that might look like, let's build one. How do we, the trick here, kind of the art would be, how do we transition this into being a real estate lead, right? So home inspection coupon. I use the coupon 30 off when you call inspector guy. Right.
Now, is this only going to be 30% off if they purchase with you, or are you offering it for anybody they purchase with? I think you need to get that information in there. Buy a home with me, get 30% off of your home inspection.
You could
get a coupon for, because then it's a call to action, keeping it looped to you, I would think.
Yeah, what I was going to do is just give them the code and then just say, just curious.
Gotcha.
Do you already have a house under contract that you need an inspection for? So
Dan has a good thought. I just want to interject this. He's saying, well, maybe it's 50% off the home inspection, and he would split the 50 with the home inspector. So 25, he gets business, but not the whole thing.
I think the home inspector should not be making you pay, because you are hooking him up.
Yep.
But maybe there's RESPA concerns here. I don't know. But
that's
good
a good
point.
thought, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that is on both sides. I mean, yeah, splitting it evenly might be important for RESPA reasons, but yeah. But bottom line is, you could use the code to kind of partner and get into the good graces of people in your local market, whether it's real estate related or not. You just want to. You have a friend who owns a local restaurant, and and then you could interestingly, you could set the hashtag, and then a week later, you could set an auto reply like, hey, just curious, did you make it over to Pia's last week when you got the coupon? And
right. Well, yeah, and you can build that in.
Yeah, you can just automatically do that, and you're talking to somebody local, right? So they opted in for a thing, but they're kind of talking to you as a realtor, and you're building relationships.
And these things aren't just limited to the custom text code here and putting it online. I mean, you could add it to your newsletters or signature, like we'll get to that, but there's a lot of places you can add all of this information.
Yeah. And then the last idea I had, I'm sure I'm missing a handful, was the recruiting. We started there. For recruiting, the two main ways to me that you would go is either people who aren't agents yet or people who are agents. So you could become a realtor. I don't know if you use realtor, but become an agent, right? Great. Here's a video about how to get started, right? So you could basically create a video about how the process of becoming an agent. And you're basically building yourself a farm of people who might join your team someday, right? You can run this text code all over town, and then you just build a crop of recruits. Or a good one for existing agents might be switch offices, agent retirement plan, stuff like that. I don't want to give too many away because you guys will.
Secret sauce, man.
Yeah, you know where I'm going with that. So
yeah,
definitely. And basically, call capture offers you can make, basically anything offer you can make on a landing page or anywhere online, you could make with one of these text codes if you created about it. So let's see, I'm just keeping an eye.
I mean, I used to just pepper them in, like whenever I posted just things about, I know there's a lot of looky-loos on Craigslist. So I was like curious about your own home value or looking for similar properties in the area. You can put in whatever call to action, as many as you want usually.
Yep. So yes. So let's talk about where we're going to put these guys.
Yep.
So definitely low-hanging fruit. Everybody watching right now, super, super simple to do. Make sure you have a call capture code in your email signature. So the way you do that in kvCORE is I think you go to my profile. I'm getting used to our new layout here.
I know. I thought that earlier too. It was like, oh, that's right. Yes.
Yep. And then I'm going to click edit profile. And you'll see I have no code. No, yeah, I do. Do I?
You do.
No,
oh, you used to.
I used to. I must have got. I have lots of calls to actions to my landing pages, but I don't have. Thinking about becoming a real estate agent. And guys, I have lots of different ones here. You can put as many as you want, but I probably would recommend less being more. You know, you don't need the volume that I have here, but I do this a lot for examples. So text become agent, something like this. Agent riches. Something more exciting.
Agent for opportunities.
Yeah. So there we go. Whoop. You get the point. But basically, you should have a text code, and as you can see, a landing page isn't a bad idea in your signature. And you know the reason is this: your emails are going to go out not only to people who are leads, but there's a good chance they'll get forwarded around, especially if you're sending out like property alerts and campaign emails and interesting info. And there's a chance somebody could forward this around, and then it can be seen by somebody who's not already in your fold and engaged, or somebody who's already in your fold.
Way.
Yeah. Or somebody who's a lead, right? They might not be thinking about buying a house this year. They can't qualify, but they see this. Oh, thinking about becoming, oh yeah. Yeah, I want to become a real estate agent. And then you're talking to them about that and recruiting somebody onto your team. So definitely the email signature. Sign writers, we kind of got this one. We kind of covered that. Definitely an obvious place. Back of your business card. Definitely, especially if you go a little old school with this, and I think a lot of people still do this. I do. When I'm in active sell mode, you drop your business card everywhere. Well, drop it face down. You leave the tip for the waitress. You scribble a little note like, "Hey, the eggs were great. Awesome service." And then they can see your text code. It says text low down payment to number to learn, whatever your main call to action is. So a lot of us aren't using that real estate on the back of our real estate business cards.
Now, there is a question. Well, so when we're typing this information in, will it work in the brokerage email? Does it connect to kvCORE with the hashtag? Yes. So you can create the conduit, which is like the call to action of text this code to this number to get this information. And that can be posted anywhere, and it all leads right back to you every time. So anytime you create any type of lead call to action in kvCORE, whether it's a link or a text code, it's always coming back to you 24/7, 365.
Yeah, and just to mention, to make sure you toggle this on so it goes out on all outgoing mail.
Yes, yeah. Always have that signature created and turned on for sure.
Yep. So yard signs, again, well, what do I do? Sign writer and yard signs, very similar. Just do that. But you could, I guess you could do open house directionals and things like that. So any signage. I'm forgetting. I'm just getting more ideas as I'm thinking here. Let's not forget back of car wraps. So I'll skip a little, but car wraps, right? I know a lot of the MLM folks do. Some realtors do. You could definitely wrap your car or put this on the back of your window, a text code. And
just remember, drive safe.
Well, we all know that the guy. Well, more frequently, it's the person in front of you at the light who's on their phone. Yeah. But a lot of times the person behind you is on their phone too, as they're stopped at the light. So why not give them something fun to text and become a lead? What else? Back of open house flyers. I mentioned that there's a lot of lost real estate on the physical paper that we create, right? We're killing these trees, and for no good reason. We got to use that space on the back of open house flyers. So you could definitely litter that with text codes.
Real estate is not just land.
Yes.
Anywhere there's blank space.
Yeah. Anyways, that's basically it. Where to put your offers anywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. So within ad content, this would be if you're running kind of if you're just running a direct Facebook ad, for example, or Twitter ad, you could just put the content in the ad itself. It's a little hazy. Whether and how effective it is, because a lot of people are viewing your Facebook and other channel ads on mobile, and it might be hard and awkward to text, but you can put it there within ad text copy. An even cooler place is within YouTube and Facebook videos. You can actually put your ad content, and I'm a little unprepared. I don't know if it's going to work out for me, but I had a video where I showed myself kind of pointing within the video to the text code.
You're like, boink.
Yeah, and you just kind of, point to it. Rather than go into the nuts and bolts of how to do that right now, I'll just mention it as kind of an idea, a thing you can do. I was trying to get to my videos. There it is. Haha. All right. So this is what I'm referring to right there. Up top. And for added measure, you can put an alligator there and then a woman sitting on the alligator pointing to it. All right.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, possibilities are endless. But definitely within video content is a great place to have a text code. And we really missed an opportunity here, Annalisa. I'm going to blame you because you did a great job of putting the header here with the call to action.
But you can't copy it.
Well, that's fine. But we should have used a text code.
Oh.
We messed up. So you guys
I mean, I learned by watching you. So did I really mess up? Or?
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, though, that would be if you've got people on a webinar or you're doing some kind of online presentation, definitely put it in your videos. And we're kind of quietly putting a call to action in here that you guys are all looking at right now. Well, we could have used the text code.
Yeah.
And then Craigslist and marketplace images, Facebook marketplace ads. You can actually make an image. I've talked about this a lot of times, and upload it with your Craigslist ad that does the call to action. Right. Mm-hmm. So you would go here. I'll do it very quickly. I don't know what's going to pop up on this canvas. Okay, nothing bad so far. Good. Let's see. Sometimes I send friends and family
some fun things.
I usually build it here on this canvas. But anyway, I might go in here and I might say shape. All right, I'll make a big yellow one, pour it in here. And then I'll just do it really quickly, but I'll do text deals to number, right? Make it nice and big. And with this kind of approach, if you're putting it within the pictures on a Craigslist post, so the idea here, guys, is that you would upload this image not as one of the pictures of the property, right? To see a complete current list of foreclosures, fixers, and income opportunities in Pinellas County, right? So something like that. And what I'm talking about, I would make this a lot nicer and with an arrow and maybe Spider-Man or whatever sitting there. But I would save this image and then upload it into my ad. So does that make sense, everybody? I don't think there's any questions on that, right?
I love Brittany's like alligator and woman for pattern interrupt, right?
Well, anything you want. Anything that'll just make people stop and pause for a minute, whatever fits.
What the heck?
Yeah.
It's early for alligator riding. That's usually summer.
Yeah. As I've gotten a little older and more mature, they've gotten a little more subtle. I've learned, but you can go as wacky or not wacky as you want to. All right. So let's see. You can also create a listing QR. Oh, great point, Annalisa. On the Facebook and the images, you could just upload a QR code as well.
Yep. Or both, yeah.
Yeah. Postcards, letters, note cards, kind of goes without saying. If you're going to do a just sold card or a just listed card, throw a text code on there, right? Any Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or social media post. Basically, this is similar to within the ad copy. Just put the info in there. Let's not forget about our bobblehead dolls. Sanzo Specialties. This was a technique I've talked about a lot that I implemented in my own practice. I had these at pizza shops. Basically, this is combining. You put your picture in the bobblehead, and then you turn your business card around to the back, and you kind of load them up backwards, and you have the text code on the back of your business card. So. These are just really cool and fun. I highly recommend everybody pick one or two of these up, even if you're going to put it on your own desk at home. So I'll drop the link to everybody watching live. Park benches, buses, billboards, those kind of go without saying, but it kills me when I'm driving around. There's a lot of billboards and buses, park bench ads here in my county. And it's always just the agent's picture and their name and a phone number, right? And it's okay, well, I know 100 real estate agents, so I don't need to call this person. But if I saw the picture and the name, that's all fine. But I saw a big call to action was text deals to see a list of foreclosures right now. That's going to get them much more ROI for their money and get you more, right? If you do some kind of specific call to action through a text code. So.
And Brittany had a question. Would you mail your bobbleheads to your farm area? Door knock, drop them off? I mean, they could become like the new traveling gnome.
the door knock and drop them off is so cracking me up because it reminds me when I was a kid and I used to knock on doors and run away. So
Door dong ditch. Oh.
I do think it'd be so awesome if you just knocked on the door, dropped the bobblehead, and disappeared. It'd be, yes.
Everybody's like, "What the? Oh, okay."
It's a little expensive, but like $10 a piece for these things. But that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think more, Brady. I think the more common use for that would be to put them at local businesses like convenience stores, pizza shops. And even whether you have to pay the owner or not, you probably know somebody who owns a business who would just do it for you as a favor,
Yep.
It's a good free way to advertise, and it's fun, it's a bobble. People can flick the head and make the bobblehead bobble and all this other stuff. All right. Newspapers. So print is dead, but it's not super dead, right? People
it's still got a pulse.
Still got a pulse. Specifically, like, people are still sitting at the diner Sunday morning and they're reading the newspaper, and people are still advertising, say, all their open houses or all their listings. But I almost never see the offices that are doing this put text codes underneath each listing. So you can see one static image of the property, you see the price, but the story kind of ends there. Maybe there's a call to action to go online and search for the property. Why not offer a text code underneath each listing ad for people to see? And the call to action will be see more pictures and details or something like that, right?
And you'd save a lot of money on the copy cost with your newspaper too that way. I used to manage the classifieds in a past life.
So that's a wonderful point. Yeah, because a lot of people put the whole remarks section in the ad.
You just need to put the text code in. Yeah. And I was thinking, like, when you're talking about newspapers, I was trying to think of what it's called. Like some restaurants, like little mom and pop diners, or like the places that have been here a long time. They usually have some type of community sheet. It's like a little pink sheet or a yellow sheet or something, but it talks all about like local stuff with maybe community information, fun facts, and they always look for like sponsorship. Like there's like 4 or 5 businesses with little business card, sections in it for sponsorship. But that might be something to look at as well in your small little diners.
Yeah, you mean like the thing that's sitting there when you sit down, like under the fork and a
knife?
Knife?
It's like a little, like not like a nickel ad or something, but just like a small little sheet of paper. I remember those. They still exist around here. They're like next to those little table games with the little pegs or something. But I think that would be a way for people to engage and read it while they're waiting for their food, right?
Yep. And that's reminded me of another one. Billboards at grocery stores.
At grocery stores and Subways or MARTA or any type of transportation. Like looking for a home near this stop, text this code to this number.
Yeah. Yeah. On your clothes, I mean, this to me, I mean, a lot of companies have kind of merchandise, right? Where you have your hats and your golf clothes and stuff. Why not, if you're going to be wearing something to advertise your business, why not just have your call to action on the back of your shirt or hat?
One that I think is cool is if you have if you're going to be farming a second home area or a resort town or vacation area, you could have leashes created and just have them available for free and just provide them to the hotel that's dog friendly, right? And just provide your information, text this code, this number to get a list of properties on the beach.
Awesome. Yeah, William mentioned hand sanitizer bottles. Basically anything that's a tchotchke.
Anything.
Yeah. Anyway,
like your dad's truck when you backs out of the driveway, just slap the bumper sticker on the back. No big deal.
Yeah, bumper stickers. A tattoo. I have a tattoo that says text deals to phone number.
It's on his head, guys. That's why he wears the hat.
Yeah, it's on my head.
Yeah.
The tattoo is kind of a joke, but a QR code. I am definitely getting a QR code tattoo in the near to mid future.
Like on the back of your neck or what?
Yeah, wherever, back of your neck or on the arm, and then you can
on my arm.
Yeah, if you do a QR code, you can always change where the URL goes. Like you attach QR code to a domain you own, and then change the forward off the domain. So. Car wraps we mentioned, restaurant tabletop tents, Instagram images and comments, and then coloring pages. Yes, restaurants. So you guys, I think you get the point. Use this feature. It's probably one of the most underutilized features in kvCORE. It generates a cell number lead. You have the person's cell number. You can start texting them right away. It kind of doesn't get any better than that. Email gets lost. It goes to spam, right? People unsubscribe. the cell number, they're going to see whatever you say. So, yeah. Cool. Did we miss any questions? That was kind of the presentation.
No, not that I've seen. I'm kind of going back through. Oh, William wants to get in on the percentage of the ideas. We'll have our people get a hold of your people, William.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen any new questions come up on YouTube. I will say, if you're looking to find these videos anytime, whether you're watching us now live or want to review it in the future, if you're part of the mastermind group, of course, it'll always be within the recorded sessions or growth strategies, depending. And then if you are not part of the group, you can join it free for 7 days via your kvCORE marketplace dashboard. And we'll show you where that is in just a moment.
Yeah, it's under coaching.
Yeah. So if you click marketplace, then coaching, you'll see the core one-on-one, the setup service, and the next level mastermind. So Brian and I are super active in there, being responsive and adding in information that kind of help you get on your way of taking and making kvCORE do what you need it to do.
Yeah, got a little pitch video here. Just keep in mind, you can always cancel this just by clicking this button up here. There's no long-term contracts or anything. So we'll continue to stream these live for everybody to watch. But the members area does have a lot more inside, including the growth system methodology, a lot of different templates. Annalisa has a robust section. I haven't had time to go through it all, I confess, but a robust section.
But it's robust, everybody.
Yeah, about kvCORE tips, tricks, and hacks.
It is, yeah. I really try to think about what would be an interesting thing, or what's something that people know they know how to do, but didn't maybe know it did this. So I've broken it down into sections on keeping visuals, on the activity stream, down to your lead engine, down to making newsletters for specific things. You know, so I'm trying to make this a library that you can come in and be like, there it is, I got it, I'm going on with it. So if you have any ideas or something, you're like, how do I do this again? And you can't find it here, just let me know. I'm happy to create a tutorial. I'm trying to do 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah.
And what I'll do for William today, for the group and for everyone else, I'll do one on stats. How do you check those text codes? So Ryan, do you mind jumping into the Smart CRM?
Yeah.
So those are a couple of things you need to be aware of with text codes. They're going to land as a tracked call. So like a text code, new lead, lands as a tracked call as its source.
Should I text one? Let's see.
Well, I don't. I mean, I can because I'm not a lead on your dashboard, so I should probably do it. Yeah. Right? Maybe.
Let's do the example. So text home value report to. Just give us a second, guys. I gotta go find my number. So the number is, I don't know if that's the right one. 727-592-5415.
Now, if you guys do this now, you're going to get signed up with Ryan as a lead on his test dashboard.
Yeah, no
so
need
this
to do
is
that.
A live thing. And what was the code again?
Home value report, just all one word. And what we're showing you here, guys, is just what it'll look like as the lead comes in.
So I just texted it. Within seconds, he should get a little bing-a-ding from kvCORE saying he has a new contact if I'm new to his dashboard. But this will show up as a new lead on his dashboard at the top left.
And
yep, that's me. Yep.
Yep. Your cell number is now public.
Everywhere. I don't care. I mean, you know what? Okay. People have found me and called me looking for help. It happens. But basically, this is where you're going to see that text message is going to call as a tracked call. Now, when you've built a hashtag into your text code, that's where you can use that hashtag that I texted in. Wasn't that the home value one?
Yeah.
Or whatever that code was. That'll be the tag you can sort people with in your Smart CRM filter.
So I can go to filters, right?
Mm-hmm. And you can say, I want to see all of this status or this type of contact that has this hashtag attached to it. And you just keyword it, choose it, and then go to the bottom and click filter. And now you'll find anybody who's responded to that particular code. And then you can use your columns to see, like, when did it happen? You know, when were they last here and so forth, just like anyone else. But this is a way that you can, keep track of those.
You can also probably search the source tracked call in here too, right?
Right. And you can do the same thing in your business analytics.
So if I go tracked call and I apply filters, I'll see all of the times that a call has come in.
Mm-hmm.
And then as Annalisa just mentioned, if you go to business analytics, group by, oops,
And that's the lead source performance. Yeah.
Tracked call right here. You can kind of see everything that's coming in. You could also I could have put the hashtag in and I would see how many I've gotten for that hashtag.
Yep. So we really try to make it so you can have a really good visual, something tangible in front of you to say, what is the success rate on this? What do I need to look at? Should I tweak it? Whatever you need to do.
Yeah. So I think with that, we're pretty good for today, right?
Yeah, I don't see any additional questions on YouTube, and thank you for everyone who joined us there. Yep. Brittany's asking, do you have any recs or graphic designers to design logos, etc., for print marketing? I mean, I'll bet anything, someone local who has their own design logo studio, or even a friend of yours or colleague, or they could probably reference someone. Also, a lot of people use Fiverr.
Yeah. So
but I'd say if you contact someone local, then you could barter with them for maybe space on your side as a trusted partner. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, working with somebody local also, has the chance of it's always a good idea because you're kind of hacking into their mind.
Yep.
You're building top line stats with them. They're building a logo for your real estate business. And if they can think of anybody who's looking for a house right now, there's a good chance that they're going to reciprocate and refer.
And you'll be in their mind community-wise. Yeah. So I would say, a good place to ask might be your Chamber of Commerce or your Better Business Bureau. There might be a list of people. Yeah, well, that's true.
Or just go on Facebook and say, hey, I'm
Wait, get out your Thomas guide. Let me call up some other old things. Your Thomas guide and go find them.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. East with another one of these streams. Not sure what the topic will be, but we'll be announcing it in the Facebook group, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.